The point of asking Guyana for all these lands to plant food if we are still going to depend on having vegetables coming from Miami? Vegetables, Mia Mottley? Vegetables? What is it you're really saying?
Florida, in a very
Food?
real sense, is the engine of commerce of the Caribbean region. Caribbean depends on much 7 days supply of food, 7 days supply of vegetables.
Hey guys, what's going on? I want to ask the question. What is it that we really want in the Caribbean? Do we want Uncle Sam as our best friend, or do we want our people to be our best friends? What is it that we want? Do we want to continue eating the garbage that comes out of that country, genetically modified? Or do we want to plant our own food, fresh vegetables in the Caribbean and eat it? I don't know what is it that we want. I think we need to wake up and realize that these people are not our friends. And we may soon realize that these politicians in the Caribbean are not even our friends either. So we'll have to take it upon our own selves to do what we have to do for our own survival. I listened to Mia Mottley, Prime Minister of Barbados. You need to make up your mind. Mia Mottley, you need to make up your mind. On the 29th of March, Nation says Prime Minister Mottley written a letter to the United States Trump, hoping CARICOM will be exempt from the hikes that will occur if he imposes fine as 1 million on Chinese-made container ships that call to U.S. ports. Of course, those tariff comes into place today. She said in its fight against China's increasing dominance in shipbuilding industry continues using strategy, it could have disastrous consequences for the region. And I applaud her for all of that part. But this is what I have an issue with. Listen to this. Listen to this.
Florida, in a very real sense, is the engine of commerce of the Caribbean region. Caribbean depends on much 7 days supply of food, 7 days supply of vegetables, of critical supplies, of pieces of equipment, spare parts, all kinds of things. And that to have this disrupted purely because of the intervention of a statutory or an executive order that will lead to increased costs of supply will hurt not just us on the receiving end, but will hurt those as well who are making money from the logistics in Florida to be able to make the transition.
Now listen to me. I understand fully what she's saying about the parts, vehicles, equipment and stuff like that, because we don't manufacture most of those things in the Caribbean. But what the hell is Mia Mottley talking about when she talks about we want vegetables from Miami? What is the point of this whole CARICOM initiative about being sustainable and planting food and all of this? What the hell is it about? What is the point of asking Guyana for all these lands to plant food if we are still going to depend on having vegetables coming from Miami? Vegetables, Mia Mottley? Vegetables? What is it that what is it you're really saying? Food from the United States of America? Plant the dasheen, the tanya, and the yam and the sweet potato. Grow the edo. Take fish out of the seawater. Stop eating these dirty antibiotics meat that come out of the United States of America. And then we turn around to talk about how many NCDs and non-communicable diseases we have in the Caribbean because we're still importing all this dirty GMO from the United States of America into the Caribbean in our countries where we could actually grow our own. We don't want to do the hard work to get rid of pests in the Caribbean. I see all of a sudden we're importing this orange from the United States of America. All these oranges, I'm not eating them because they're not healthy. We can grow the food right here in the Caribbean. I'm not criticizing Mottley over the part of equipment and stuff because that's fine. But when I hear her talk about food, vegetables from Miami, and I get irate because what is the point of Guyana helping us with lands to plant food? Don't we give a damn? What about planting food in each of the islands and selling among ourselves? St. Vincent used to be the breadbasket of the Caribbean with carrots exporting all over the region. We're importing dirty carrots from the United States of America and outside. We're spraying them with all kind of toxic. Look, you have the new health secretary in America talking about fake food and cutting down on this and removing that. And you're still talking about importing from the United States vegetables and food. What nonsense are you on, Mia Mottley? Decide which side you want. Decide what is it that you want to do in the Caribbean. Is it that we want to plant our own food, or we want to just continue to buy the dirtiness from the United States of America? And when we're done, we complain about NCDs and NCDs and NCDs. Man, make up your own mind. Make up your own mind. I am getting a bit tired, just a wee bit tired of these politicians in the Caribbean. I really don't know what is it that they really want. We could plant our own food here. We can be productive ourselves when it comes to that part.